Some signs of the flu are more concerning than others, but usually this isn't a big mystery. It's a matter of degree. A stomach bug will get your kids sick, but the flu gets them really sick.
So if your kid is really sick with a very high fever, a sore throat, coughing, wrapping themselves in blankets to stay warm, that's very likely to be the flu this time of year.
Nick Bennett is the director of the Infectious Diseases and Immunology Department at Connecticut Children's Medical Center. He said different children will show different symptoms.
So the symptoms can be more subtle in the younger kids or in people who are immunized, but that's a good thing.
It's good because you're ultimately going to have to decide whether to see a doctor based on the severity of the symptoms.
Not every kid with the flu needs to see a doctor. In fact, it can be a good thing to try and stay out of the waiting rooms so you don't spread the virus any further.
And while all symptoms should be noted and monitored, Bennett said don't place too much emphasis on one of the most obvious symptoms, the fever.
The height of the fever actually is not as much of a concern as people think. 102, 103, 104 is normal for flu. And isn't necessarily a cause for concern. It kills the virus. The flu virus hates high temperatures. It doesn't grow as well. It grows much better in our upper respiratory tract, which is a little bit cooler.
But seek help if the fever gets higher than 104, or if your child starts having seizures because of it. The big thing to look for here is breathing problems.
We're looking for respiratory distress, so fast breathing, hard breathing, and in the younger kids, you'll see the skin getting sucked in between the ribs, what we call retractions. So the respiratory status, the respiratory retractions, difficulty breathing, being very lethargic and difficult to wake up, those are red flags that you should be seeing.
And if your child does have the flu, Bennett said starting him or her on antiviral drugs will minimize the risk for the rest of the family.
Start them on Tamiflu because after a couple of days you're going to be shedding a lot less virus than you would be otherwise.
I'm Tim Lammers, Fox 61 News.